Have you ever walked into a room and felt small? Okay. That happened to me yesterday.
Oh no.
Let me explain. This is worth hearing. I walk into a room and I'm so used to traveling all over and speaking, but I went in this particular room yesterday to speak, and as I'm talking to everyone in there, they were so worldly and had done so many incredible things, completely unstoppable. But then I realized what this is. Guys, if you ever feel this way, stop in that moment, and I want you to look up and I want you to say, thank you. Because what that is, it's a signal. It's purely a signal to you to tell you that you're ready for your next layer. You're ready for your next layer of growth. Because, what am I?
That's your space.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay, we filming stuff? Oh, hi, didn't see it back there. There's the problem. Okay. So I want you to really understand this, and I want you to be aware of this signal, because in order to succeed in life, you got to understand. Okay, is this good, guys?
So you have like words on your face.
She's telling an Italian person to sit still like this. Does she know what she's doing? Okay.
That's, yeah, it's front of your banner, because it's a projector, that's why.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, we can't have that. So, okay, so the producer's telling me what to do. Thanks, Annika. So I want you to understand something about life and this layered effect, this algorithm of life, and it just hit me yesterday. And if you're a member of Global Woman, you know I make a kind of a creed, and that is I never write anything that I'm going to talk to you about unless it is in real time, a situation, something that's happened to me in the last 24 hours, or something that I discover out there talking with everyone. And then on the way here, I kind of think about things and I might jot down some notes. But it really occurred to me that this algorithm, and you have to command your body at all times, keep moving forward. You know, my career started sitting in a barber chair. My father was a barber. You know, we talk a lot about leg ups in life. So this was my leg up, sitting in my dad's barber chair, watching the people walk into the barber shop all slumped over, because let's face it, life can beat you down. It does. Sometimes life beats you down, and unless you build that mechanism, bam, to pop back up, you're going to stay down. And they would walk into my dad's barber shop, and they would be, oh, you know, I could never see their eyes. They were hunched over. They would sit in my dad's chair and snip, little perkier, snip, little perkier, and by the time that haircut was done, they sprung out of that seat, and I learned transformation in that moment. I learned that listening and being kind was good for the cells. As I got older and I went to school and I started learning about the cells and how they communicate, I learned that in one of Dr. Fab's books, and I never forgot it, that the cells talk and communicate. It's a matrix. And you can really command your body in ways that you cannot believe. So I want you to take a moment and I want you to think about where your career started. And I want you to understand the layering that happens. Yesterday was purely a signal. That's all it was. So let me tell you about a couple of the things that I've learned along the way, along this algorithm, this success path, this keep moving forward path. This is not a straight line. So I started out as a barber's daughter. No one in my family had education. I was the first to ever go to college. Layer one, inquisitive. That was layer one. Layer two, I'm going to go to college. Layer three, well, I know that since I was a young girl, I looked at cereal boxes, studied the ingredients, knew that it was something to do with food, knew it. Diabetes Journal with Mary Tyler Moore on the cover, that was my thing, while everybody else was reading Teen Beat. I knew, so I listened. Again, a signal. I went on to chiropractic school. That was my first level of education. I went to Logan College of Chiropractic. I went there, and when I graduated, I didn't have all my boards done. For Part 4 board, the fourth part, wasn't ready yet. They had just switched over. So I went into practice with another doctor, a multidisciplinary office, and guess what they said? Well, you're not licensed yet. You're not taking your license for another 3 months, but you've done all of these extra credits in nutrition. Why don't you see our nutrition patients? Let me tell you what happened. Signal. Their waiting room had not packed. And I'm telling you this to impress upon you these signals, these things that happen. So I said, okay, I realized that I don't look at the body structurally. I look at the body chemically. I look at the body differently. So I went to naturopathic school. I studied in Europe. I studied through the Paracelsus Clinic, learned Swiss medicine, started doing all of these things. And then when I was ready, my patient said, Dr. Kellyann, you have to write a book. You have to write a book. I had never heard of gut health at that point in time in the US yet, but they were talking about it in Europe. I had never heard about anti-inflammatory or low inflammation foods, but I heard about it in Europe. So when I went on this quest to write a book and figure it out, I went to the Book Expo in New York and asked everyone, how do I write a book? How do I write a book? How do I write a book? I ended up getting to an agent, and that's another story in and of itself. And he looked at me, and I want you to understand something, guys. I had no social media. I had nothing. I had no website. And Bill Gladstone of Waterside Productions, who just recently passed, looked at me and said, I'm going to take a chance on you. You're a stallion, aren't you? And I said, I think so. He said, I'm going to take a chance. That one book deal with Wiley Publishing ended up being 5. 5 books. That's how I started, with nothing. Here's what I knew, and this was the whole point in this whole process. Every time I wrote one of these paleo books, I was one of the first on the market with the paleo movement, I kept hearing about this unbelievable broth that, now listen, that opened the gut to healing. Had I not gone through that other layer, do you think I would have understand what that meant? Open the gut to healing? But I learned about gut health back there in the other layer. So my mind went, signal. What is this broth that Mother Teresa is bringing to these hospitals to open the gut to healing? I started making it, started testing it out, ended up creating bone broth. Okay? Then I said, what's the next layer? What's the next layer? I'm going to write a book. Tested it out for the book. Said, what is going on here? People are losing weight like crazy. Their skin looks better. They're more energized. The skin is the first thing where they see this plateau. My gosh. Bone broth diet happens. PBS happens. Bam, 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 bam. Food category happens. I'm in the food category. What's the next layer? Nobody wants to make this stuff. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm talking to women, 35 to 60, that earlier category. They have kids. They're doing crazy things. How do I solve the problem? What's the next layer? Where am I going to get the next signal? I ended up developing and being the first with powdered broth. Okay? Layers, layers, layers. But it's not a path like this. It's a path like this. Now, hold on. I'm going to have to do the thing that I'm not supposed to do. I'm going to step out of this for a minute. But I want to read something to you really quickly because I think it's important. Oh, by the way, I moved past my CVS glasses, guys. And now I have these. Okay, wait.
Very chic.
They look really cool.
Thank you. Okay. So here's what I learned. This was in the cab, what I wrote. Okay, you ready? First thing, handle pressure, because there's going to be a lot of it. Those defining moments are the people that can handle pressure. Handle pressure and conflict with love and dignity. You're going to need it. So can everyone say to me right now, I handle things with love and dignity. Okay, repeat after me. I handle things with love and dignity. I put that first because I find that to be the highest level need. Second, have mental flexibility at all times. I cannot express this to you enough. You cannot be crazy in the head and make this work. You've got to be level. You've got to be level. Develop that. And as a doctor, you talk about metabolic flexibility a lot. Okay? That's your body's ability to bounce back and forth. Protein, carbs, bounce back and forth. Your mind has to do it too. If you feel like you need help with that, start today. You're going to need it. Okay, the next thing. Master discipline. Okay, guys, this carried me so far in my life. I have the discipline of like you have to have discipline because you got to walk the talk. You have to really be in the position of what you're talking about. So I help women 35 to 65 become slimmer, younger, healthier by using bone broth and collagen. That is what I do. Do I talk that position? Do I work that position? Is that my value? Because guys, let me tell you something. You know what people are buying now? Every purchase that's out there now, it's different. It used to just be, is it a clean label? It's not about a clean label anymore. Guys, this is about a very holistic way of living. It's going to smack you in the face. So every buy is a value-based buy now. Who is the founder? What do they do? What are they about? Where is this sourced? All of that stuff is incredibly important. So model the position. And then, I'm almost done, Morella. Be okay with feeling like you want to run home. Okay? Be okay with feeling like you want to get out of Dodge and you want to get the heck out of there because you're uncomfortable. Whether it's a stage, whether it's talking to a person, just say it again. I'm telling you, your mind is so bendable and trainable. Say, keep moving forward. There's someone you want to meet. There's something you want to do. Do not hesitate. Take action. Keep moving forward. Okay? And last, you got to build layered connections in life at all time. You've got to. You've got to build layered connections. I have a very successful business. You all know that. Okay? I could stay in a container and just focus on my business, and my container is a good container. And I enjoy it, and I love it. No, that is not understanding the matrix of life, the layered matrix. Because you see, once you accomplish this, guys, you're in the clouds. And you know what happens in the clouds? You become a giver in a big way. And life is so beautiful because you're not in Maslow's hierarchy of needs at the bottom in the basement trying to figure stuff out. That's why you got to get it figured out. All those little steps that I just said, you got to work on those because you want to get in the clouds. Because the clouds is when you build those really fulfilling relationships. And that's where you can start being the giver that I know all of you want to be, or you wouldn't be in this room. So just remember, the barber's daughter did it. That was my leg up, watching someone get their hair cut. Think about what was your leg up and keep moving forward. That's it.
Wow.